This is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. It's normal now. You don't
It's
have to be afraid anymore.
no, I'm still afraid.
um, that's unrelated to
Yeah,
the
it's
season.
unrelated. I don't want to
Um,
talk about it.
um, we were gonna initially do this one tomorrow, which would have been I think would have
Yeah,
led to somewhat tense air to the podcast.
yeah.
Oh
Like
yeah, by the time you're listening, you'll already know what happened.
Um,
all of us firmly gripping our desks. Like I love anime,
it's
and I love
it's
thinking about an anime and nothing else other than
It's
anime.
it's fine to talk about weeb shit in the future. Um, so how are you guys?
Not bad. Hi, I'm Joey. I honestly haven't been watching or reading anything this week. I've just been kind of having a busy one, so I'll get back to it. Assuming I'm, alive.
Hi,
Funny
it's me,
jokes.
Louis. I'm assuming I can go now, right? Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
go.
you
You
handing
got
me
the
the
talking
baton.
stick.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead.
Cool. I've been reading a bit of Dan a bit. I'm still not caught up, so that's cool. I've been really busy with work. So when also Fortnite had a new season come out,
Nice.
and it's real.
Fortnite time.
I'm a gamer, guys. I'm sorry.
It's
Aw.
genuinely pretty funny. Snoop Dogg is there.
Snoop,
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg. Wait, we're gonna
Yeah,
have
Did
to
you
look
not
at
know
that
this?
after the podcast. No, I haven't been online for several days.
Oh, that's right. I thought you were dead for a couple days.
Yeah,
um,
I mean, I might as well have been. No,
after
just
the
kidding.
incident.
Um,
I haven't read or seen anything recently, but I'm thinking about it. I'm
Ooh,
gonna, I'm gonna start watching Dan, and I was thinking about reading some manga. I was just like,
ooh,
maybe I should read some more Junji Itos.
you
Um,
should.
you could read.
I could read. I can read.
You
I
can
can
read.
fight.
Please believe me. Um, do you guys want whatever news I found 10 minutes
Only
before
if
the
it's good.
podcast?
Yeah,
Uh,
do you have
I
any
I
good ones?
I got rid of the unpleasant ones.
Okay, well, that's good.
I only have the funny ones left, which is this is genuinely news, and I don't know. It's gonna be gonna be a PS5 game. Is that gonna be exclusive? Death
I
Note
don't
Killer
know.
Within was announced.
Death Note is making Among Us again.
Death Note is making Among Us with the weird little peg people from the game of life.
It's it's unusual. It's like it's almost hard to call it a Death Note game because like
It's genuinely strange. But yeah, apparently it is an Amogus, and one of you is Kira, and one of you is I think one of you is L
yeah,
as
I think so.
well, which actually I think gives one side a distinct advantage because there can be I think there probably could be an instant game over scenario in which you just picked L at random and killed them.
It's
Uh,
probably more like Town of Salem or like Werewolf where if you kill the like investigative role, the game keeps going as long as you kill the the killer,
hmm.
then you win. I assume it's probably going to be like that. Like we say Among Us, but like this could be more like, again, like Town of Salem, Werewolf,
Yeah.
it goes by other
I
names. It's been
I'm
around
just
forever.
I'm just saying I think it's a lot funnier. My
I mean, the other way that it works is, everyone kills Kira first, and that's also an instant game over for the killer, but, you know.
yeah, but I'm just thinking about like how Amogus plays out, in which
Yeah.
there is no possibility for instantaneous takedown from the
Right.
police side. Um, but yeah, this looks genuinely unhinged, and I hope it comes to PC so I can play it with all my dirtbag friends.
Yes, I want to play it with you.
It sounds like it would be awful.
Please. It would be hilarious.
It would be,
Really funny.
it would be very funny. Speaking of very funny, we didn't have a lot of news that wasn't either A, kind of boring financial or business news about the anime industry, or B, just kind of sad.
Yeah.
So I picked this, which is in a recent interview, Junji Ito, creator of iconic manga such as Tomie and Uzumaki, has stated that he does believe in the possibility of aliens. However, he rejects the idea that humans should ever attempt to make contact.
Whoa.
He says, the universe is vast, so I believe some life form exists somewhere, so I don't think we're alone. But when asked if we should ever respond to an extraterrestrial message, he was adamant that we should never do so. No, whatever you do, do not respond. Otherwise, we will open ourselves to a terrifying alien invasion.
I feel like he
Oh
knows what he's
man.
talking about.
This is
You know,
this is such a Junji Ito response when you remember like who he is and why he makes horror manga.
because he is scared of things.
Because he's just like, every time somebody asks him where he comes up with these ideas, he just looks dead at them and he's just like, I'm kind of a pussy.
He's just like,
I'm
well,
a
I
little
just wrote about things I was scared of.
I'm a little scared of everything.
And we love him for it. He's
He's ma-
awesome.
he's made that into a career, so good for him.
Good for him.
I saw an interview with him where he was talking about how he gets things done these days,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that his wife and neighbors help him out with it. I was like, that's very cute.
Aw.
Yeah,
Nice.
they cut screen tones for him when he uses them.
Aw, that's really
Um,
sweet.
so yeah, that's the news. That's all the news that's fit to print. Uh, you guys hashed something out to watch whenever I was like going to the John. So what is it? What do
I
we
have
have?
passed the crown of choice to Louis. He is deciding for us this fine evening. What do you got for us, buddy?
So, in my hand, I have 2 cards.
Oh,
Okay, the Ace of Spades.
One card is the Ace of Spades.
the other is the King of Hearts.
The other is the anime that I've
Oh,
picked for us to
okay.
watch. I'm playing the card in attack mode.
Oh, okay. You're going to floop it.
It's the 2024 version of Ranma half. One half.
Oh,
Whoa!
yeah. That
Yeah!
that did come out.
That's it. No, I'm excited for this one. I never saw the original, but I'm a fan of Miss Rumiko's work.
Yeah, Rumiko
Ye-
Takahashi's a fun gal.
Yeah.
Let's see about Rama. Let's
Let's
let's just
Ranma
let's just watch it
this
already, okay?
half. Yep. Okay, goodbye. Hello, I am Magpie. Welcome back to our podcast. You might notice that my voice sounds a little
Somebody get
different.
the water.
Somebody get the water. uh,
It's Ranma. You guys
it's
know Ranma.
Ranma.
You've
You
heard of it,
know.
I'm
surely.
I'm a panda.
Um, yeah, it's unrelated though. I don't know
It's
why.
yeah. We don't know why he's a panda
This
right now.
this show presents the truly unacceptable premise that a panda can fight.
That a panda can do anything?
Panda can accomplish anything.
Yeah.
um,
Oh, pandas.
uh, does somebody want this blurb? I could read a blurb
You can read a blurb.
You
I
can
didn't
read
bring this one.
it.
During their martial arts training expedition in China, Ranma Sao Tome and his father Genma suffered an accident, which in turn afflicted them with a curse. Whenever they are doused with cold water, Ranma transforms into a girl, while his father turns into a panda. Only hot water can reverse these changes, but any further contact with cold water opens the can of worms once more. Unfortunately, the trouble does not end there, as Ranma finds out about his betrothal to one of the daughters of Son Tendo, his father's closest friend. During the family's first meeting, it is decided that Ranma is to be married to Akane, the youngest daughter, a decision that is met with vehement protest from both sides. The two are simply not compatible, yet they are forced to live under one roof. Ranma's status quo further adds to the chaos, leading him to a series of comedic situations and misunderstandings that, in the grand scheme of things, may be just what he needs to work with Akane.
Mm-hmm.
These kids are
Aw.
great.
They're cute. They're good
Um,
kids.
I like the
I
part where it says that an accident happened when they kicked each other into the water.
yeah.
We'll
Um,
talk about that when we get there
so
because I have thoughts.
so let's do a quick rundown on this, which is we do open on Mr. Tendo getting a postcard from China and bursting into tears. I kind of love Mr. Tendo. He's such a weird dirtbag. Like I don't know if this look flew any better in the '80s, but he looks like he doesn't look like he should be managing a martial arts dojo. He looks like he should be playing. It looks like he should be playing bass in an Allman Brothers cover band.
It's kind of fantastic.
Um,
It's very funny.
he's also got the same fashion sense as Mr. Satan from DBZ, which is
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yes.
got to wear the brown
Kind of some
gi.
overlap.
Um, but I mean, I don't know how much overlap there is. He isn't
Hmm.
named Mr. Satan,
Yeah, that's
which
true, I suppose.
really the only reason I've ever considered ever watching DBZ is the fact that there is a character named
Uh-huh.
Mr. Satan. Um,
Hey, DBZ is respected in this household.
mhm.
No one's disrespecting.
And it also coincidentally has a man named Mr. Satan in it. But
Yes.
that's immaterial because what we learned here is that Ranma is coming to town, and we don't know what that means yet.
No,
But
we just know
Like
there's
Santa
someone
Claus.
named
he run
Ranma.
he runs off to tell his daughters, who are all introduced at their most charming. Uh, Kasumi, the oldest, who's very level-headed and soft-spoken. What is the middle girl's name? What is
Oh, gosh, if I
I have
remember.
it here somewhere. I've got it's Nabiki. Nabiki. She's the one with the cute bob. Um
Yes.
I'm looking at her, I'm just like, "Oh, you're like eternal summer vaporwave vibes, aren't you?"
Mm.
She's very classic.
Um she's introduced with a popsicle in her mouth.
Yes.
Like
This is an anime
she
girl.
she should be sitting in front of a fan.
Yeah.
um
Yes.
And finally, he goes to inform his youngest daughter, Akane, but she's not in because she's out training.
She's
She's
training.
jogging, and we follow her back into the Anything Goes dojo. Um,
I like
Anything
how
Gojo. Um,
I like how sometimes
Jojo.
like a cool little frame will pop up over some of the characters when they get introduced, like
mhm.
pay attention.
This
That
one's
happens to
important.
me in real life.
Yeah, it
Um,
does.
uh, yeah, my friend when it pops up in real life actually makes me look like I'm an analog horror, but uh,
Yeah.
yeah, she comes back in and immediately throws her jogging outfit off, puts her gi on, and goes into the backyard to start breaking cement.
This
She does that.
girl punches.
This
She's like,
girl
I'm gonna
punches.
punch several cinder blocks in half right
And she's
now.
having a great time. And her sister
She loves it.
Nabiki comes to give her some shit. She's just like, you keep up with that, and boys are never gonna like you. She's like, I hate boys. That's gross.
Boys suck.
And she's just like, well, you don't want to hear what I have to say to you. um,
He's like, no.
Because yeah, the next scene is them. They've gathered the family, and Dad's breaking the news. Just like, hey, my closest friend is bringing his son Rama around, and one of you is gonna marry him.
Mm.
And they're all like relatively like trepidatious about this. They're just like, really? It's just like,
Like,
is he an older guy? Is he a
is he
younger guy?
cute?
Is it like, and he just keeps shaking his head. It's just like, have you ever met him? He's like, no.
Isn't this irresponsible? He's like, we
Um,
gotta save the dojo.
Um, they're all pretty concerned about it. Akane has no interest in this whatsoever. Nabiki is just like, well, is he handsome?
Yeah.
And Kasumi is just like I don't fuck younger guys. She's just like, he's got to be an older man.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, Kasumi knows exactly what she wants, and I'm not sure
Good
she
for
should
her.
want that, but good for
Yeah,
her.
good for her. Listen.
Well,
You know,
she's like significantly older than the other two, right?
yeah,
She's like 19, I want to say.
yeah.
I,
You're like Kasumi. You're 19. You got to be careful with it.
Yeah.
why did I think she
Um,
was in her 20s?
Wait until you. If you're past 25, date any old fucking decrepit motherfucker you want. But before
She
then,
might
there's kind of like a weird power imbalance.
she might mean like when she said cuz okay, to a 19-year-old like 23 is old. Old
23
as
is
balls.
an older
So
guy.
that's what she might mean.
Um, but 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 yeah, I think right around now we need to get introduced to some other characters because the Saotomes, they're arriving. And they're not what anybody expects because they're having a fight about just this topic on their way to the dojo through the streets of town. Young Ranma, who is notably a girl, a redhead, versus a panda having kung fu battles in the street
Oh
while
my
people just
goodness, it's
look
Jack
on.
Black.
It's Kung Fu Panda, and
Aw.
Rambo's gonna kick the shit out of him. Um,
But then he hits her with a stop sign and knocks her unconscious.
I missed that because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't doing a good job.
Bad little student of the craft.
Uh,
Oh,
I
it's
didn't know
recurring
why.
bit.
I didn't know why she was unconscious.
Yeah, he
Um,
knocked her out with like a stop sign.
um, but yeah, so um, there's a knock at the door, and Papa and is it Kasumi that goes with him or Nabiki?
Uh,
One of them goes with him.
I,
One of the
And
ones that's not the main one.
it's not one of the ones that's not the
yeah, I
obvious
don't
girl.
remember who it was. I
So,
don't.
so I'm gonna give it to you straight, listeners. It's always the same with Rumiko Takahashi.
Yes, we gotta have some funny hijinks.
It's the girl. The
Yes.
others, no. There's not a chance.
No.
um, other than for comedy reasons.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, they run off to answer the door, but when they come back real quick and just go, I don't know, I don't know. And it's just like, what? Isn't it them? And around the corner comes a panda
Carrying a
with
girl.
Ranma, who's just like, I told you you were scaring them. And they're just like, what's going on? It's just like, are you are you Ranma? It's just like, yeah, I'm Ranma Saotome.
I.
Eto. And I love that Nabiki's immediate thought is to go and poke her tits.
Mm,
Yeah,
Just
she's just like, didn't they
she's
say you
like,
were a boy?
this is a
Boop
girl.
boop.
Father, you promised us a man. And he's just
Akane
like,
likes this. She's just like, be my friend.
yeah, they're sitting there talking about it for a second, and two of them are clearly disappointed. Like Kazumi and Nabiki were just like, I was willing to give this a chance,
Well, but I don't know.
but this is not it. um, Meanwhile, Akane is just like, hey, let's be friends. You want to go look at the dojo? It's just like, yeah, sure. So they wander off, and they're walking around, and they walk past one of the larger dojo rooms, and there's just like, hey, do you want to spar? It'll just be for fun. And Ryan was just like, I don't know. It's just like, come on, it'll be fun. It's like, okay.
mm,
So they have a pretty good fight. So this is part of the reason that I like Ranma better than some of Rumiko's other works. I will get into this a little more later because I want
Yeah.
to compare two of them directly because of how close they were.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
but one of the reasons is, hey, there's fighting in this. There's
That's
fighting in this
true.
show, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
like
nice.
It's like really well animated. In fact, everything looks really nice. They've managed to capture a sort of 80s bubbliness to
Yeah,
everything.
they do like really cool like stylistic things with the colors a lot in this show too.
Yeah,
Uh,
they've combined like sort of a rounded 80s look with thicker lines for
Yeah,
more definition,
it's really
and
nice.
the color tricks from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes, that
Except
is true.
except they're in pastel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a nice combination. It's very like warm and rounded all over.
Yes.
Um, I really like it. It's very easy on the eyes. They have a fun fight where Ranma does not hit her. Doing the dodging thing, uh, which does cause Akane to punch a full ass hole in the wall
Oops.
after doing a two-step Shotokan karate thrust.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, I recognize that one. Somebody on the animation team actually watched some sparring matches.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one where you take two steps and you twist your fist from your hip. Um, but it's real like Mr. Miyagi. But yeah, Rama manages to evade all of that, and they laugh about it because Akane's just like, I can't hit you, god damn it. And they have a little giggle about it. She's like, well, it's fine. I just don't ever want to be beaten by a boy. And Ron's just like, oh yeah, it's
uh,
um,
bleh.
um, uh, and one of them, oh yeah, and we cut to the panda pouring himself a bath, uh, and it's clearly way too hot. Um, but we cut away from that, and one of the there's a lot of outside shots of this house, which make me wonder like how much of that was in the manga, because if there was a lot of that in the manga, it sort of displayed that Rumiko had like a really good grasp of this one location,
I could believe that.
which is a really good idea if you're going to write like a comedy romance that doesn't like travel around too much.
Mm-hmm.
Just setting like perfectly creating one house is a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to be going to a school at some point.
You avoid the Family Guy problem of having a sunroom that is used in one season and in one scene in season two,
Yeah. Yeah.
but visible in the intro of
Uh-huh.
every episode.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
uh, but yeah, one of the girls is just like, "Oh, Rama, why don't you take a bath? You're a guest. You should go. You should go pretty soon, right?" Um, and Rama's just like, I don't know. It's just like, oh, come on, you're soaked in sweat. You should go. It's like, okay.
It's like,
Uh,
fine.
and then we cut to Ranma bathing, the typical Japanese way where you like rinse yourself outside the tub and then you get in the
Mm-hmm.
tub to relax. It's
Yep.
just like, what am I gonna do about this? Well, it's gonna happen one way or the other. Uh, and we very quickly cut back to Akane, who is getting ready to go bathe because she is also sweaty. And
Knees,
she
weak arm, spaghetti. Sorry.
needs weak arm spaghetti. We can't talk about mom spaghetti.
Not right now.
Listeners, I'm fucking guilty of gamer crimes too, and I did pop open Fortnite today and noticed that Eminem has a named location on the map
Yes.
that is a spaghetti themed takeout.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna die.
It is very funny.
This has been your Fortnite moment.
Um,
Beep 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 beep
Fortnite
beep beep
good.
beep.
put Ranma in Fortnite.
Put Ranma in
That would
Fortnite.
that would
Actually, that would
probably
kind of
just
rule.
work. Um, let's see, who's your third? Because they always do three whenever they put in an anime.
Well, Ranma is literally. Well, no, Ranma would just have to be the first character that would just be like swapping.
It would have like a transformation, and
Yeah.
then you'd have
Akane,
Akane, and then
and then
somebody else.
I guess
The
you'd probably
panda?
just have
Fuck,
to
I
add
don't
the
know.
panda.
Panda. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. I'd play as the panda.
but anyway, Akane walks in on Ranma getting out of the bath as a man because
Yes.
the hot water has changed him back. Uh, this is a good scene because, unlike many later anime, she does not scream immediately. She slowly closes the door, gets her clothes, puts them back on, stands out front and side of the door. She does not put her. I think it's very funny that she does not put her gi pants back on.
No.
Stands outside of the door for a second and then screams.
And then screams.
Screams so loud she causes screen tones to appear in the scene.
I think it's
And
also funny that her reaction is to run out front to grab the largest, like, I
she
don't
goes
know,
up,
pedestal thing.
she's like grabbing like a millstone from the yard, and she's just like, "I'm gonna drown him with this." And the beacon comes out and says, "Why don't you just beat him up with your fists?
She's like, I was too scared to think of it in the moment.
There's a pervert in the house." And then Ranma comes down in Ranma's clothes and says, "Hello, I'm Ranma."
Bup.
This was there was a little cutaway scene where Papa Tendo was talking to an old man, and they were just like, "Who's the old man? I didn't see him come in. I don't know." Um, so they all get together and explain that yes, the old man is Ranma Senior, and Ranma Junior is Ranma.
Yeah.
Everybody dislikes this.
Uh-huh.
They get thrown into the pond in the front multiple times, which causes them to swap between man, bear, boy, girl.
Yeah.
Also, Papa Tendo pours boiling water on his friend at one point.
He's like, isn't this too hot?
Kind of a dick move, my man.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, well, you brought this weird shit to my house. Um, but yeah, it's just like, so yeah, so Ranma's actually a guy. Cool. One of you can marry him. And the rest of them are just like, oh, it's gotta be a Kane, right?
All of them immediately turning their heads.
They get along so well, and both of them look at them, it's just like, we fucking hate each other. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, it's gotta be them.
Yep. Well, there they go.
And yeah, they look at each other and like they're disgusted. And Rema is having a conversation with Rem Senior. This is after they explained the entire like curse thing, which is they went to China, went to an ancient training ground, full of natural hot springs, with bamboo poles sticking out of them. That their cab driver warned them was cursed as fuck.
And they were just like,
and
yep,
then
gonna
proceeded
fight
to
here.
fall into different cursed springs and with different results. One of which a girl drowned in 1500 years ago, and the other which 2000 years
Panda
ago
drowned
a
in.
panda tragically drowned.
That's
Like,
okay. We need to
like,
talk about this scene
n-
because I
n-
need to know
n-
what every single individual curse for all of these pools
Yeah,
are.
yeah, because
no.
there's like 20.
Yeah.
Hey, what gets me is the first one, what, Ranma kicking Genma into
Mhm.
the panda pool?
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't know what was going on. I get that.
Mhm.
Genma climbing back up
And kicking
and
his own
kicking
son
his own son
into
It's like, you
into,
are also going to be cursed as fuck. Good luck.
like, what kind of father are you,
I
sir?
don't think he realized he was a panda, because after he saw
That
that,
does,
he didn't touch himself and go, "Wait a second, why am I furry?"
I
Um,
guess.
my favorite part about that scene is how the cab driver thinks it's equally tragic for a young girl and a bear to drown.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like,
He's
no, that
equally torn
poor.
up about both. Um, and yeah, so while Ranma is talking to his degenerate father, his father's just like, she's a cute girl, isn't she? And he's just like, what do you mean she's not cute? And they keep stealing looks at each other and just scowling.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like,
and
aw, they're cute.
and he's getting pissed off because he remembers Akane just being like, let's be friends. It was like, yeah, you dropped me as soon as you knew I was a guy, right? And then he remembers her saying, I just don't want to be beaten by a boy, and he's like,
Aw.
oh, I
He's like,
get it.
aw.
And then he looks back at her, and she like snarls at him, and he's just like, wait, why was
They're
I
like,
sympathizing? You're
I
still a
don't care.
bitch.
Grrr, grrr.
And then the episode ends, and I'm just like, yay, it was cute.
That is not where the episode ends.
Where does the episode end?
There was more stuff in there.
Are you trying? If you're going to correct me, bring citations.
There's another bath scene where he's like,
Oh yeah, they do run into each other in the bath, and that's where all those flashbacks happen.
well,
And also the funnily enough, Akane's sisters are just like, why does it matter? He was a girl when he saw you nude again. It's just like, what do you mean? Wait, you're getting lost in the weeds here. He's mostly a guy,
Yeah.
which means a guy saw my tits. Do you understand?
I think it's funny when Ranma's just like, yeah, I've seen my own body, so I'm not even
Oh,
phased by girls
I'm not
anymore. In
phased by
fact,
that.
I got better
In
tits than you anyways.
Yeah, Akane has to deal deal at such a young age with the horror of a man who has better tits than me. It's
Uh,
just like you can't. This isn't fair. I can't be beaten by a boy. You can't have a fatter ass than mine.
yeah. Uh,
This is outrageous.
and then she smashes him with a table, I believe.
And then she hits him with a table,
A whole
Yeah.
table.
which
So
is
Just
funny because
flattens
if
him into a
that's a recurring
pancake.
bit.
which is funny if you watch the right side of the screen, you'll see Kasumi still pouring tea onto the floor because she was doing that when the table was snatched away.
Yeah. It's very
Um,
good.
so I want to get into this because I want to mention it before I forget. I'm comparing this directly to Urusei Yatsura.
Okay.
And not even on animation because they were pretty similar in terms of animation. I
Yeah,
think
they did a lot of stylistically similar things. They,
original Ranma is a little more polished than original Urusei Yatsura because it came later.
yeah, I
Uh,
was gonna
Yeah.
say it
these
was later.
these are let's see. Ranma One Half aired 1989 to 1992, and Urusei Yatsura started airing in 1981 and finished in 86. They are miles apart in
Yeah.
annoyance. And I
Yeah.
think I can sum up the differences very easily, which is the reason Ranma One Half is so much better than Urusei Yatsura on the surface level is that Ataru Moriboshi is a cunt, and everyone hates him,
That is
including the
true.
viewer.
That is true.
We are given the luxury of liking the protagonist in
Yeah.
Ranma.
Ron was like, seems nice. I'm sure well,
I
we'd get to know the characters more if we watched more, which
I'd
I could see myself
I'd
watching more of
like to
this.
spend some more time with Ranma. I never want to see Ataru Moriboshi ever again in my life. What an unbelievable bastard.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you that.
He's right up there. I was talking to somebody. I was commenting on something on Twitter the other day, which I know, terrible idea, but
Yep.
somebody threw
What
out
have you
there, it's
done?
just like, you get $1 million, but you gotta fight an anime character. Are you doing it? And my immediate thought that I had to type out was, I would fight the guy from Rent a Girlfriend for a grilled cheese and a cigarette. I do not need $1 million. Um,
Oh, your continued uh you know what? I am not even gonna fight you on that. You're right for
mm,
that.
yeah.
Yep. You're correct. You can and should.
Um, but anyway, what do you guys think of this show?
It was good. I liked it. I had a good time. I figured I would, but it's really charming.
It's very snappy. It moves along, doesn't
Hmm.
drag.
Yep.
Yeah. It's cute. I like it.
It's cute.
It's cozy.
It's visually very nice. Um,
Yes.
this
And
is
I
I think this is a triple. I think this is a recommend from all of us.
yes, this is a
Yeah.
thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
I
try and
looked
watch.
into it. The original Ranma had like 160 episodes,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
it just went and went
oh
and
my
went,
god.
and it's pretty good. I've seen a couple of clips from it.
Mhm.
Unexplainable clips of like Tsukuban schoolgirls with like rockets coming out of their skirts and shit. I
Yeah.
don't
I
understand.
mean, I think shows just kind of went for a really long time
There's
back
that
then.
there's that one scene where Akane fights like 100 guys who are attacking her with different sports equipment, and it's very funny. She's just like, I don't give a shit if you got a hockey stick. I'll just break it over your face.
That seems pretty good. Yes,
Um,
I think I would watch more of this. Yes.
yeah, seal of
Yeah.
approval. Anyway, if you'd like to tell us what you turn into when you hit cold water, you can do that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That is one the word, not the number. We are on Twitter and Blue Sky. We are at One Episode Cast. Tell us the location of a cursed
Of a
hot
cursed
spring
spring.
that can turn us
At a
into, I
girl
don't know,
or
like a cool
panda.
tiger or something.
I don't want to be a panda. Good God, I don't want to be a panda.
I'm
Uh,
hoping for like, maybe like a lion or,
I
it
I
would be
that,
acceptable with like a wolf or wait, is that
you're
just
just
a
a
werewolf of some
you're just
sort?
a furry. Um,
Dang it! You got me there.
I tell you what I turn into whenever I step into the shower and cold water hits me is I turn into a bitch. Um,
I was just gonna say this is after watching the first episode of this is almost definitely one of the 100 shoujo series that Yuki Nobutatsu, the author, Dandadan, read.
oh
That's one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I could see that. I can 100% see that.